Hi there, it's Cassie, and I figured I would record a really quick video. I had a request on explaining how I do my depth of field in my photos, and I should probably turn down that sound because I heard a really loud seagull in my ear. There we go. Um, I'm really bad at explaining this kind of stuff, but the best way I can tell you to work on your focal point is using Control 0 or messing with the view angle on your photo tools. If you don't know how to get your photo tools out, like be able to grab it easily, right click your toolbar if you're using Firestorm and click toolbar buttons, and it'll appear right here next to photo tools camera. I use both of these pretty often, and then you can just drag them to your toolbar wherever it is comfortable. But when using your view angle or Control 0, the more that you zoom out, like the default is 1047, the less you'll have depth of field behind you. So if you raise this a bit, it focuses much more on you. It kind of flattens the image and makes it a lot more smooth, and it makes the background a lot more blurry. I do have my focal point. It depends on how close I am to my character. I normally have it like around between 36 and maybe 68. Like I think that might be the max. And then I mess with the F number because like this will add the blah blah blah. Lost my train of thought for a second. This will add the blur, but like when you mess with the F number as well, it'll focus on certain parts of the screen. You have to think of it like an actual DSLR camera. If you have just the basic 58 millimeter, it's going to be a bit fisheye of a lens. It's very wide and it's not very good for portrait photos, but if you have one that's like a 70 to 300 lens, it focuses more just on the portrait and everything else is a bit more blurry in the background. So like once you mess with this, you kind of get more like into like a photography aspect of it with an actual camera, so I can actually kind of mess with it like I'd be messing with my lens and adjusting. The last thing I really mess with would be the resolution and the focal length. The focal length will focus on a certain part of the photo. So like I like to have this kind of in the middle too. Like if you have it lower, then you can still see like every single detail in the background. You raise it just a tiny bit, it becomes a bit blurry, and you become a bit more crisp in the focal point. And let's see. Resolution, I kind of mess with it until the hairs, like I focus on the bits of hair around the head, like when I'm messing with it. So if we look right here, it looks actually like fine hair, but if you like lower it just a bit, it kind of becomes a little pixelated and odd for me. Oh, I have the wrong one on. Pixelated and odd for me, like you can see right here, it's kind of gross. So I kind of go to that nice soft spot in between. It's a lot of tweaking, just like how normal photography is. It's never really just kind of exact numbers. You're not going to always just go, oh, this will be perfect every single time if you use these exact numbers. You always have to adjust and fine tune no matter what photo you're doing. It's the same with the photo tools with the depth of field here. You just kind of got to feel around and see what works for you. But definitely mess with the view angle. I really feel like that helps with photos. It just kind of makes you stand out more. Like it's more appropriate for portraits if you're going to be in the photo. I'm not sure if I would recommend it for landscape. I feel like landscape would do better with a wider angle just because you are trying to get a portrait and get as much items as you can into that photo. Treat it like a macro versus fisheye lens. Like the further away it is, the more it becomes like a fisheye. Everything is almost kind of round on the outside. And then when you have it closer up, everything is like your camera is actually extremely far away, but because of the lens, it brings you closer to the object just like a 70 to 300 millimeter camera would. I hope this helps. Sorry for rambling really fast. I'm a little bit winded from it. But yeah, that was my best explanation I could give for it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.